What's up, guys? How's it going? Just wanted to jump on, pull some energies for you. Feel free to like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, reach out for a one-on-one reading. Spread gratitude to our love and light highest possible messages at this time for the creative collective unconscious. I'm going to be using a deck of playing cards. Got my hair like partially tied up. It's not looking too hot. I don't really have to like tie strands of my hair back. I'm just gonna take this off. Okay, pull some energies for you guys. See what comes out. This is the problem with long hair. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Oddly enough, this is a very good card in regards to resources, family, legacy. I'm definitely not resonating with this card. My finances in my life are in disarray. So if you haven't been seeing me consistently doing tarot, it's probably why. One second. I think I'm going to go get a headband. This is bugging me. Ugh. Usually wear these when I go to play basketball or when I go run. I haven't been running lately. I usually like to run at night. But my hours are kind of like on daytime hours. So I've been trying to go out to the park at least to play some ball here and there. Let's try to crack my lower back. Okay, it's a little bit at least somewhat more presentable. So we got the Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Pentacles is about legacy, family, inheritance, generational wealth, inheritance, 401k, healthcare. It's like you're set up and you're good to go. And it could even be that you have like a good inheritance coming to you and you just literally like might just need to like stay alive. If you feel like you're really going through it, like all you have to do is like stay alive. But I could definitely see where some people would not want to just kind of like live that kind of life where they're just like, living just to live, living just to be alive, living just to stay alive, so to speak. So I totally get like where that might butt up against, what you're about. I feel as though most people don't just want to exist just to exist. They want their life to be kind of meaningful and, worth existing. And that might be a little bit more difficult to do nowadays, depending on how you look at things, depending on how you see the world. So, as a sovereign individual, you're going to have to find out what's worth doing with your time. I think from the spiritual component of looking at the bigger picture of the fact that, none of this really matters in the long run. We're all going to be forgotten. I usually don't like to look or speak in that way, but it might be valuable, to see where you could take some chances that maybe you normally wouldn't take. Okay. Five of Heart in reverse speaks to feeling like you're alone, feeling like you're doing life alone. And it could be that you're very much so doing that. Yeah, it's definitely been a fight. It feels very competitive by nature. It's almost as if there are many in your position, you might not even know it. You might have certain hints about it. But I definitely feel as though that you do have like an ace in your back pocket in regards to this Ten of Pentacles, this family legacy, this inheritance, coming from a good family. Someone might have a life insurance policy that you get a part of when they pass. Um, and like on paper, that makes life worth kind of continuing. But again, we're not dealing with that. That's a far, long, off and away component. But I think it helps give you something to aim for. Just so you know that life is not all a crapshoot. So whatever that version is for you, it could even be your own vision or your own goal for yourself. To have a nice house, a nice car, a nice mansion. Thank you. Thank you for that in advance. Thank you. I'm imagining myself with it already, with a hot wife, a hot car, awesome kids, health, wealth, abundance, fame, fortune. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think a lot of it is kind of saying thank you for it already because you're of the understanding that it already exists in the quantum potential. Remember, lack is only man made, right? It doesn't exist in the quantum. And like, I would even argue that like suffering and the loss of life, like that doesn't really matter in the quantum either, because that's how vast existence and creation is. You know, I think we give the word God to it to try to like wrap our heads around that which is infinite and uncomprehensible. But I also think that that's why God, quote unquote, lets bad things happen, is because it's really all just Him at the end of the day. So if it's Him doing bad things to Himself and He's the knower of all things, then our sense of self is just a limited illusion, anyways. And there's just vastness beyond that, in which case you're a lot more free and you could do a lot more. Now, I think where we get in trouble is we want things a certain way for ourselves. And I think that that's what you have to kind of give reason to and remind yourself why things are the way they are, because you are wanting something so specific in this point in history, in this place and time. And I mean, let's be honest, we're kind of programmed to want something that is either scarce or, you know, it's not so easy. Unfortunately, that's kind of how we're driven, you know, in our ignorance. But again, if you contextualize that with that not even mattering so much, then you're just kind of going with what you're able to do. The Six of Wands in reverse is this kind of personal victory for yourself. It's this sense of trying to maintain your own moral compass and your own moral standard. The Ten of Swords in the upright, you feel long betrayed, right? It's been forever and a day since you felt betrayed. And it feels as though that so much is outside of your hands when it comes to the question of what you're willing to do. And it could be that you have this kind of sense of straightforwardness when it comes to that understanding. Now, there does seem to be some sort of incoming communication with the Eight of Wands in the upright. In regards to matters of the heart or heartbreak, or maybe someone you could communicate with. The King of Pentacles feels as though this is someone that could possibly alleviate your heartbreak through this communication. Almost as if he's pulling out these swords from his heart. This is also a very kind of like having the memory of a fish, like just really not letting outside bullshit close your heart, and just choosing to open your heart up anyways, just for shits and giggles. Just being happy and doing your thing regardless of, it could, on paper, the whole world is falling on your head, and it's like, so what? The Ace of Hearts in the reverse, that's kind of like that pouring and that investing into yourself. Okay. And so I think it's good that you're taking time to kind of quantify and understand your own reality in this way. There's value there. Now, it may not translate to your bank account, but it's keeping your mind about you. As people, we're hard coded to have to make meaning and sense and reason out of what we're going through. And I think that that's going to lead you to victory. The Ace of Swords here in the upright. The Four of Cup in the upright. This could be emotional stability, or this can also be not being open to certain offers. It could be both. It's almost as if you're protecting your emotional stability at this point, somehow, some way. Yeah, you're waiting on. This could be speaking to certain offers that you're waiting on. Okay, something that is well worth your availability. It's almost as if you're nixing the Jack of Heart and you're waiting for the Jack of Diamonds. And that offer might take a little bit longer to be received by you, but seemingly it may be worth the wait. It may have to do with this Three of Pentacles figure that is going to help facilitate pulling these swords from your heart. And there's another Jack of Hearts here. You could feel as though that this offer is not worthy of your experience. It's not worth the worry. The Ace of Wand in the reverse is you don't want to take action. Excuse me. Um, feels as though that this is not enough for you to want to follow through and take action. Two of Wands in the upright. Okay, you feel as though that there's something better meant for you down the line. You're looking further, you're looking at the long term, you're looking at the bigger picture. You're wanting to set out on this kind of obviously two ways with the Eight of Cup here, wanting to set out on something new, but also almost it feels like for some it could be throwing in the towel for this kind of like your hopes, unfortunately. Yeah, more Two of Wands energy. It's almost as if it's saying that like the more that you look at the bigger picture, the more that you zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Yeah, the Ace of Wands is out here in the reverse too. This is like more so lack of taking action and more so looking at the bigger picture. It's like wanting this second chance at this life, maybe that you had before. And maybe that you took for granted. It's not necessarily with the same like people or the same employer if it's a work involved past reality. But needless to say, you would have done things differently, I feel. But there's always a rhyme and a reason as to why you did things at that time. So you can't just kind of beat yourself up. This is about kind of validating and assessing your experience. Even when it comes to relationship, even when it comes to emotional conflict. With the Five of Cup in the upright. Now, Spirit is saying that maybe there's a decision or someone is trying to decide things. And there are those that are eagerly waiting this decision. They're removed from it. It might be picked up again next week. Two of Cups in the upright. This could be a new relationship. This could be a business relationship, a business proposal, or an offer coming down the pike. Yes, that Three of Swords in the reverse. Again, that pulling out now the energy of the sword in the upright. Remember, we were talking about that earlier. There might be something that comes and eventually helps facilitate that which has been the removing of that which has been causing you sorrow as of late. That which has been making you feel casted out. Could be that you don't see you're actually going to be entering kind of easier going times. It feels like. You know how they say, like, calm waters never made a good sailor, you know? kind of getting something like that, because after the Six of Swords here, you have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is famous for being on the water, and the Six of Swords is famous for leaving choppy waters. And it's almost as if the Eight of Swords here is saying that you don't see the bigger picture, you don't see, where all this is going, or, you know, how all this is leading you to something. you know but that's what it's doing. Like, if you extrapolate, like, 5 years from now, you will be okay in the King of Hearts position. This is making you into this kind of emotionally coherent, well adapted badass. And you might feel like you're lost, like you've been forgotten, is a better way to put it. Not lost, it feels as though that the world has forgotten you. And it's through no fault of your own. You're well aware of this kind of being on the sidelines, but I don't see that you're worried about it. Because I feel as though that you know that you're on the right side of history. And the work card is out here again. You know that it's less to do and nothing to do with you as much as it is of the state of affairs around you. So almost karmic energetically, you're on the right side of history. So all you could do is kind of just be happy and rest up and not drive yourself up a wall. You know? Because that offer is coming, but man, is it a slow train. You know? And it's kind of taking forever and a day. You feel this betrayal, but it's out of your hands. Again, some grander scheme or reason as to why this is taking as long as it's taking outside of your hands. And worrying doesn't help, and being angry about it doesn't help. So it's like you can only really truly just let go. But you're valid and you're vindicated in your positioning, and that's good. It's good news for you. Because if there's any sense of a spirit of justice, then it will fall in your favor. And you will act upon it. And you will receive. You don't see it now, but you will receive. I think right now the key is just subtle energy, is just not being angry and bitter. not putting a time clock up, just how long this takes you. But that theme of, you know, choppy waters turning you into a better person, it's coming out here consistently. And there's a lot of variables that you don't see. But this conflict and this strife and this sacrifice will pay off because even your bad luck or you being on the bottom side of the wheel is not permanent. It's a law of the universe that it has to change. No matter how long it takes, it's a law of the universe that things have to change in your favor eventually. You know, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So now seems to be less about a fight because there's no way that you can fight time, the time that it takes. The best thing that you could do is trust that you're in divine timing. And even if things are quote unquote seemingly taking too much time, it's exactly all in your favor. And it's the perfect amount of timing in your favor. You know, as if you are in the highest possible timeline that you could be in already. I'm also seeing like there's a lot of eligibility romantically surrounding you at this time. I feel as though I've been saying this for a long time. Everything's going to culminate all at once, your relationship and your career. If things have been slow, things are going to pick up at the same time. I've been calling that for the past year. Excuse me, it's a confirmation. And with Venus going direct early September, that's right on cue. That's right on par with what can be expected as Venus rules romance and finances. Yeah, it's gonna be a part of your kind of great comeback tale, from what I can see. What's up, guys? How's it going? Let's see if there's any other similarities that want to come out with this other deck. Come on. Yeah, that hangman position is very prominent thematically. The two of wands, seeing the bigger picture. It's almost as if it's saying like, where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? Like, where would you see yourself making the most money possible? Think about that right now. Like me. Like, see yourself making a bunch of money. Where? And you might even find that you don't have to go anywhere for that. You know, it's just more so seeing yourself. You know, and then saying thank you and feeling the feelings as if it's already kind of clinched and activated already. Because that's how the quantum works. I mean, that's what they tell us. That's what they say. That's how the quantum works. Because right now, it's not a time of like effort and action and, with the Ace of Wands in the reverse, Two of Wands in the upright, Hangman. Like, this is a time for like, more so like envisioning, like zooming out and seeing like the biggest picture that you can. Could be a new beginning emotionally. Feels as though that a lot of people are commiserating about a decision involving you. And thematically, that energy of you waiting for an offer that's worth the wait as opposed to settling for something, that's coming up as well. Again, yes, and this wish fulfillment. It's saying that it's going to be worth the wait. It's going to help bring you out of conflict. To a better standing financially. Yeah, out of that kind of heartbreak. Feels really close. Feels close. Feels like it's going to bring a lot of happiness here. You don't see it, but there is a path to victory, despite everything that you've been through. Ooh-wee. Wow. Yeah, there's going to be some major fucking decisions that need to be made coming up. Because not only do I see things booming for your career, but also romantically, all of that's going to come with it too. So you're going to have to decide between all of these fucking queens because they're out. And that's the second time that happened with a different deck. Look at all these motherfucking queens that are out that you're going to have to choose from. They all came out in each other's vicinity, almost as if to say that they're all finally recognizing you as the one, the eligible one. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the big daddy deck. Okay. Also, creepy motherfuckers watching a nigga and not saying shit. Creepy ass hoes. Either some creepy ass hoes that I know from New Jersey or Atlanta, or y'all some creepy ass hoes from India or some shit. There ain't no in between. Ain't no other options. So your face. It's coming from this area. If it's the Fed, go fuck yourself. That to you. That for you. Jihad on you and all your people. I help fucking Paswami Vinda, whatever the fuck his name is, gets rid of all you 3-letter organizations. CIA, the FBI, the DEA, fucking hell, NBC, I don't give a fuck. My fofo, make sure your kids don't cry. Yeah, that's why one person left. 9 of Wands in the reverse. Oh, hell no. Let's see. We have a floppy tower card here. 4 swords might be like not getting enough like rest or meditation. Tower card says avoiding disaster. So it could be that like if you're not getting enough sleep, don't worry. It's just like spirit keeping you on divine time. It's also like your rejection is your protection. You know? See an incoming offer here. Could be something unorthodox or non-traditional. Feels as though your discipline is going to pay off. Same with your kindness and you kind of sticking to that authenticity. Okay, the world card is good to see here. I see a lot of decisiveness here, leaving the past behind, leaving past cycles behind. I see you up on your feet, moving around, getting some motion, some momentum in your life. After being on the sidelines for a while, after being in a state of confusion for a while, after hearing nothing but silence for a while. Yeah, you don't see this opportunity coming. You don't see this new start coming. Although you've been looking for it. This may have all been a part of your healing process. Feel free to let me know who's watching me. Write in the comment box who you are, where you're from, who you are, Shwarmy. I mean, the key component of this, the human context of this, is that it all feels as though it's outside of divine timing. But as we know, there's no such thing as that. It feels as though that you've retained your childlike spirit, your childlike wonder, and that can't have a price put on it. If that makes sense. You could definitely be misunderstood. I do feel as though that you are being given like the magic stick to be able to turn your whole situation around. Like if you feel like you've been broken down on the side of the road and betrayed and all that shit, but you still retain your kind of hopefulness, then you're definitely being given the magic stick twice here. And it's leading you to this. Feel free to donate below, guys. Tip and donate. Those are the names of my children of pigmentation. Tip and donate. Tip and donate below, please and thank you. Yeah, I still feel as though water is reaching its level, and again, it might be taking forever in a day, but I feel like there's a big payoff. It's going to come with it. Something that you're going to gladly accept and want to integrate. Yeah, you got justice coming out here 2 times as well. Moon card in the reverse 2 times. I mean, you're not seeing this, but you will be victorious and you will definitely be happy. I gotta show you the double confirmation here. Turn the lights on. Yeah, I still feel this greater kind of karmic scheme is still happening, even though you don't see it behind the scenes. The ball is still live, it's still very much in play. And you have a great distance between you and like negative karma. It's like, you know, when like little kids, they grow up poor, but they didn't know that they grew up poor. Don't even turn the lights on. Yeah, I mean, seasons, you know, that they have to change. It's by law of nature, you know, and it's by law of nature that as long as you stay alive, you keep doing what you're doing, hitching on the momentum, then you're gonna win. And you're being told not to worry about the details, right? They say the devil's in the details. You know what I'm saying? The devil's in these details. We didn't turn the lights off. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Feel free to like, share, follow, comment, reach out for one-on-one reading, tip, donate below. Greatly appreciated, much needed, and I love you guys. I'll let you go.